Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Default. Thinking right out here in the lab in my book, doing what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. One of my favorite subjects. Let's go. Teach us about to teach. Let's get this party started. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's the message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this. Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. This rhetorical, but if you're not an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple because you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my eye, be true. We're at the point now in the book, yet page 30. It's just starting to get good. Alright, so this is a lesson about what they call the Great Awakening, which is my favorite. You see the eye? It's called the Uja. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Yeah. See that right there? It's a reason for that. And it's the reason why I made it my calling card. Okay? And let's talk about the lesson. I'll fill you in as we go. I'm going to tell you a few stories of what it's about. So let's go. This is the Great Awakening of the Neterian religion. We have a word, Nehast. You hear me use it quite often. It means to wake up, to awaken to what? Your higher existence. Now, what is your higher existence? Your true self, the essence of who you are, aka God. That's what we know it to be. We call him the Netter. Okay? Same thing. But your higher existence in a book that we had, again, we had our concept of the Bible. We call it the Per Em Haru text. It says in this text, we have it written down. We have documented proof of what the philosophy that they live by. That's where I got it from. That's my point. I'm taking you there right now. This is, it pronounces Nuk Pa Netta. Ah Netta. Ooh. Asha Ren. What the hell? Sound like Cleon on Star Trek. I don't know why I got that comes up. But watch this. Bam, translated. It means I am that same God, the Supreme One, who has a myriad of mysterious names. But I'm still that same one God. And that's been the case since the beginning. And I'm trying to get the point across to anybody who follows the concept of God is mental, is conceptual. And whatever you call him, don't change what he is. We knew that. Our ancients philosophized that. So we understand, he's this, his name is that, Ishkabil. Every culture has a different name. I just gave you three different channels up and down the Nile where they did Ra, Ptah, and Amun. So it's understandable. But they all come from what? The one. Thank you. So moving on. I hope you understand that. They're right thinkers. This is going to lay out our principle of what we stand for and what we represent, because Nehast is the level of awakening to know thyself. Okay? I just broke it down, make it real simple, because there's no definition in your Google for Nehast. That's our word that they can't even define, so I want to make sure you know that. So let's go. Right thinkers. The goal of all right thinking or Neterian disciplines is to discover the meaning of what? Who I am. This says to discover. That means you don't know. That means you have to what? Find it. And she taught means what? Teaching you the hidden secrets is telling you how to find what it is you're looking for. God, where it's hidden, where? In you. That's the whole name of the game. I'm trying to make it real simple for you so you can get past the nonsense. Get quick to the chase. Why? So get the advanced lesson. I'm done with the elementary. I've done that a long time ago. Now we rolling now. So understand that. So in order to unveil the mysteries of life, I just gave you a lesson. Life is a mystery that what? Meant to be lived, not solved. But I gave that lesson, but let's talk about this. I just had to fall in line. All right. But to unveil the mysteries of life have to be lived. And to fathom, to experience, to know the depths of what? Eternity and infinity. There's only one way. Experience it for yourself. You can't come back and tell nobody nothing. You have to do it, be it for yourself. That's the whole ticket to this whole game called life. Okay? Until you get it right, oh man, it's an ongoing cycle, excuse me. But for right thinkers, understand this. This is the task of all human beings. More importantly, our right thinkers. Why? Watch this. And it is to be what? Accomplished before what? You die. So that means in this very lifetime. If not, okay, you want to know about the ifs? If that's not obtained, if you don't obtain knowledge of self, if you don't become conscious of who you are, you can't go home. Oh, no, no, no. Earth is the place to learn what? Who you are. Know thyself. That's the ticket. That's why they give you the philosophy, they give you the principle, they give you the blueprint. Now you got to follow it. This is the starting point right here. This is the ending point. Why is the ending point so smaller than the starting point? For a reason. Understand that. Moving on down. Now this is what the spelling for the Nehast is. You see at the back, at the end of it, you see the I. Okay? And you see down here, that little thing right there? And you see the emblem on all my gear? Okay, you see that? That's why. Let's talk about it. Hope I can get you to understand. It's all symbolism, signs and symbols. When you see this, like you see a cross, you know that's Christians. You see a moon crescent, you know that's Islam. You see that little street star, you know that's the Jews. Simple. Everybody got calling cards. This was mine. Okay, it's called the Uja. Okay, spelled U-D-J-A-T. What it means? There you go. This is the fun part. Excuse me. I use it as a calling card. You know, yeah, that's why. Okay, it represents the eye of Haru. That's the spirit that's in you. That eye sees all. That eye, that little third eye that opens up, that don't see outward, it see inward. That's why you need to see and know you through that vision, because that's what you become what? The eye of Haru is the quintessential symbol of awakening. Well, awakening to what? Yeah, now you go. Awakening to the divine consciousness, and it represents the concept of Nehast, meaning you are aware, you know who you are. You've reached a higher level of understanding while alive in human form. You walk on the earth, Nehast, okay? Akus, what? Enlightened being. I know who I am. When you see people who take pride and have respect and reverence for what they represent, whatever their culture is, they walk with an arrogance. They walk with their chest up their head. Why? They feel proud. And as a people, that's your right. No matter what your religion, Don't make a difference. You should be able to be proud of who and what you are. But if you don't know who you are, ding, 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 that opens the gate for that thing they call slavery. So that's the concept. And I want you to understand that I is significance, meaning the significantly showing as a quintessential concept or the sign that what? I know myself. I'm awake. I'm conscious. Okay? When the cross you wear, they tell you I'm a Christian. I wear the pyramids significantly for a reason. Symbolically for a reason. It represents him, me, and my son. 3 generations. Father, grandfather, and son. Simple. 3 generations. The trinity of men in my family. I gave you a lesson about that too also. Alright, so now I got a few minutes. Now I'm going to slide over here. I got that information to you. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going over to talk about something that's really important. Hope you enjoyed this side. It's called the introduction. Introduction to what? Relax. Introduction to what is creation. I'm going to introduce you to who created creation and what is the purpose of creation. Can I do that? That's the lesson I want to try to get across to you right quick. I got a few minutes. Let me see how I can squeeze this in. Now, these questions I just gave you has been asked in time and time again over a course of history. True. And what is there any question? Is there any answer? Yeah. The ancient Egyptian sages thought so. And what? They recorded their discoveries for what? Future prosperity and understanding for the future in the form of what? Of mystical philosophy we call Shita. It's going to give you the hidden meanings we call the Paute, which is the group of God and goddesses. Shita means the hidden. We're going to teach you what the hidden message is. They call it esoteric, meaning now the occult knowledge. We didn't do that. We let it, everybody can use it. Watch this, as a society. That's how it works. But with this volume, we're going to focus on our ancient Egyptian philosophy, excuse me, over there called the Paute, and how it contains what? Important mystical teachings. These are lessons. That's why I'm a teacher. I'm teaching about the nature of creation. Again, God and human existence. Those are 3 things that I hope to answer in this little quick lesson I'm going to give you. Let's try to break it down. I'm going to read it to you, break it down. Hope you get a better understanding. Now, there are several creation myths. I just told you about that. In ancient Egypt, there are 3 major myths. I gave that to you a few lessons ago. So I'm progressing. So I'm figuring you got the lesson ahead of time. So if you don't, go back and check them out. But I'm progressing along in the book. Okay, so the myth related to what? The ancient Egyptian trinity of God. Amen, Ra, Ptah. I was 1, I became 3. Okay, Amen, hidden, Ra, seen, that thing in the sky, and Ptah, the physical, that's us in human form, in which creation emanates from. We call them Nabercha. Okay, or some people refer to them the absolute, a better word or term, supreme self, supreme being, whatever. But again, back to the I'm being called by a bunch of names. It's okay, but they're identifying with the concept there's one me. Okay, now in the form of Trinity, there are also myths that relate to what? Creation as having emanated from each individual member of the Trinity. I just brought that down for you. Amun, Mut, and Kansu. You had Ra with Anuyan, and then you have Ptah in the Hakapatah. All those is different places with the one God, different concepts. They just put it to you right there. So hopefully you got to understand it. All right, moving on. Now there are myths. Again, these are myths. Understand that. To educate, to enlighten, to enhance your understanding. And the myths related to the gods Khepri, that's the scab-head beetle god, and Asar, which is Osiris, y'all know him for that name from the Greeks, and how he created the world by what? Uttering their own names. Ptah, uttered himself into existence. But you got the goddess has also been recognized as what? The source of creation as well. Remember her? Meet her? These myths may appear to be contradictory. He said, no, but this is what? Understanding. This understanding only occurs when the deeper aspects of ancient Egyptian mysticism are not what? Well or fully understood. Misunderstanding, misconception. But you said that. No, you trying to find fault when it don't contradict. They all fall in line and interlock with understanding. Moving on. That's why. So I'm not here to argue, debate about my philosophy. I'm just here to show you, explain it to you. Hopefully you'll understand it. Now let's get to what they call yoga. Yoga is what? The study and practice, again, of wisdom and spiritual disciplines, which will allow a human being to what? To discover the ultimate source of what? All existence. And to what? Attain a higher level of what? Self-discovery, aka knowledge of self, self-knowledge, which leads to what? Inner peace, contentment, and an unobstructed joy, meaning bliss. You've reached a level in your life where you're content, happy with what you're doing, how you're doing it, and everything. A lot of people don't get that while living. It's gonna happen after you die. Like my man Sadi Guru said, y'all talk that they got a better life, a better place. If you know something better than this, that's where you should be. But while this is here, I'll take this any day. Why? Because it's temporary anyway. It ain't forever. And if you do it right here, you just might get to go to forever. That's the concept. That's my story. I'm rolling with it. If I'm wrong, I'll find out when I get there. How about that? I'm not going to be wrong because you determined, no, that ain't happening. Moving on. That's the concept. Like I said, I'm sticking with it. And nothing worse than thinking you're right and find out you're wrong at the end. Moving on. Just put that out there. So now yoga, again, excuse me. Yoga is what I practice. Is the practice of what? Here it is. Why? It's mental, it's physical, and it's spiritual disciplines, all combined in a lifestyle that you roll them all up into one. You got a good thing going, aka right living, which what leads to self-control over the ego self, your emotions, and also self-discovery of your higher self by what? Purifying the mind, body, and spirit so as to discover what? Your deeper spiritual essence, which lies within what? Every human being and object in the universe. That spirit that's in us is God. We give it. That's a gimme. He give us that. You got to become conscious of that. That's why we got the lessons. That's what the myths and the philosophy is for. The dogma and all the stuff that we give you to follow for you to learn and understand for yourself. Moving on. It says every individual. Now, in essence, the goal of yoga, right thinking philosophy practice is what? Is to unite or yoke one's individual consciousness, knowledge, understanding with what? Your universal or your cosmic consciousness. God knows all. And once you tap into that Akashic record, you'll know all. But the one thing you need to know first of all is thyself. And so therefore, what happens? The ancient Egyptian religious practice, especially in terms of what? The rituals and other practices of ancient Egyptian temple system known as what? She taught nana. Everybody was giving you the hidden meaning and understanding to know God for themselves 24/7, the way of the hidden supreme being. Not the belief in the supreme being. It says the way of the hidden supreme being. They knew that he was hidden. Where? Inside of you. Where a lot of us don't know until we have some understanding and hopefully enlightenment to figure that out before we die and come back and figure it out then. But guess what? It happens to the best of us. We all do it. So my job is just try to stop the cycle for you. I did for me. So moving on. That's my concept with teaching right thinking philosophy. And may be termed what? As yoga system. Egyptian yoga, hence Egyptian yoga. Now it's called right thinking. And it's all based on, again, Egyptian yoga. She taught another philosophy. I didn't make nothing up. I just transferred the concept of telling stories about everybody else. I just use my life as examples. That's what makes it uniquely right thinking. Moving on. Now, in this sense, just try to break it down, we call religion. I got issue with that, but I'm moving on. That's ain't that lesson right now. I'm coming for you, though. Don't worry. Religion, in its purest form, is a yoga system. Listen, again, religion in its purest form is a yoga system. Religion cut, diluted, misunderstood, misinterpreted, becomes Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Hindu, Buddhist, all of them. Okay, they slice and dice it up to make it what they want. I don't operate on none of them premises. That's my point. So you have religious philosophy. I get it. I understand it. I just don't follow them. That's all. And what happens? If religion is done in its purest form, I call you my church family. That's who I fellowship with every Sunday. Okay? Now, I don't know what other people do. I'm concerned myself with that. I can speak for what I know. Again, that's only what I speak from. And what I see them doing is in its purest form. My pastor and best friend had got it right. Okay? Understand. And it seeks to what? Reunite what? People. Bring us together for the common good with what? Their true and original source. That's the purpose of religion. My pastor's a leader of a group of people. We call it the flock. He's the shepherd. Yeah, all that. But when to see it done in the right manner, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm part of that. To see it done haphazardly and just, it just don't look, it's not a good optic. That's all. And that's all I used to see. So I didn't have the whatever thought of respect I have from seeing it personally. That's the difference. Understand that. I forgot my place. Oh, the original. Now, I'm about to cut the lesson short. I'm about to start all over again fresh with the disciplines of yoga. And there's a few of them. I'm going to break them down for you. But again, this is from the book. I'm just breaking it down as I go. Hope you get a better understanding so you can know what I learned when I was learning. I didn't have nobody do that for me. I had to implement it, try it, and see if it worked. And trust me, it do. That's why I'm here giving it to you. If it didn't, I wouldn't do it. Trust me. And in closing, right thinkers, me, y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day, because I never know that my right thinkers passed away. I'll be right back. I ain't done.